We're going to discuss some graphing. This is a kind of a review of what we've done earlier in the year. The only thing we're going to talk about is this new term called linear. Linear means that the equation is going to make a straight line, and it takes a certain kind of equation to do that. We're going to graph it by making points. Y equals 2x minus 3. So we're going to use these values for our x. We're going to replace the x with those values here. And we are going to find our y value. So to do this, we are going to take and put down all of the 2's, a parentheses for our x, and substitute in the number that we have for that from over here. Put down minus 3. Then we go back and do that in our calculators. 2 times negative 2 minus 3. That gives us a negative 7. Then 2 times negative 1 minus 3 gives us a negative 5. 2 times 0 minus 3 is negative 3. 2 times 1 minus 3 is negative 1. 2 times 2 minus 3 is 1. Now to graph points, we need an x value and a y value. We're going to put these in what we call a coordinate. Now, I've already put in the parentheses for you. You need to do this when you are doing your coordinates. They have to be in parentheses to be a coordinate. So now we put a negative 2, negative 7 in here. A negative 1, negative 5. A 0, negative 3. A 1, negative 1. A 2, positive 1. Then we take those points and we go down here and we're going to graph it on the graph. Now, I would strongly suggest that you take a highlighter and highlight your x and y axis here. It just helps knowing where the 0 point is and where you're following it, okay? We are on our first point up here. We're going to go to negative 2, negative 7. We start at 0. We're going to move over 2 in a negative direction. Then we're going to move down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And put your first dot right there. On the next one, we start right here. We're going to go over negative 1 and go down 5. Over negative 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Right there is where you're going to put your second point. The next one is 0, negative 3. We're going to start at 0. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3. Put your new point right here. The next one is positive 1, negative 1. We go over positive 1 and down 1. Our next point is right there. The next one is 2, 1. We go over 2 and up 1. Now, when you start to graph this, the line needs to go all the way across, not just where the dots are. You are going to line up your dots with a ruler, hold it in your non-dominant hand, and as you make a line through here, you're going to press down on this ruler and take your pencil and draw up against it, pushing up against it, and make one line. That's how you get a good straight line. Let's go to number 2. On number 2, we have x squared. Now, when you have a squared, you're going to need to put your numbers in parentheses and put a square on it. When you put that into your calculator, you will need to put the parentheses in and square it, especially where you have a negative. So we take our x and we square each one of these. A negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we put our x's and y's in coordinates. We get negative 2, 4, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 4. Now when we graph this one, we end up at 0, 0. We end up at positive 1, up 1, negative 1, up 1. Positive 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. I went on ahead and did the 3's to show you how this is going to go. Go over 1, 2, 3, and up to 9. 9 is the next to the last one. Go over -3, 1, 2, 3, and up to the very next last one. This is not going to be a straight line. We cannot put our straight ruler there and have it go straight down through all of these dots. This right here is a curve. It curves down and it curves around. It does not come to a perfect V here. It needs to curve around and then it will go back up. This is called a parabola. Its actual word is a quadratic. But we're not learning that today, okay? On number 3, we have 2/3 x or 2x over 3. You can separate these and make it 2/3 times your number. I changed these to -6, -3, 0, 3, and 6 to make it nicer for us so we don't have to do little bitty fractions and try to figure out where to put them on the graph. So we're going to take 2/3 and we're going to multiply it by our x's. Put 2/3 in your calculator with the ABC key. Times it by -6. We get -4. 2/3 times -3. Here, this is really handy because you've got the 2/3 in there. All you have to do is arrow back and put a -3 in there. You get a -2. 2/3 times 0 is 0. 2/3 times 3 is 2. 2/3 times 6 is 4. Now, we have -6, -4, -3, -2, 0, 0, 3, 2, and 6, 4. Let's go down to the bottom here, and we're going to graph these. The first one is -6. Starting at 0, we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and put our first dot in. Right there. Then we're going to go to -3, -2. We're going to go over 1, 2, 3, and go down 1, 2. Put our next dot right there. The next dot is 0, 0. It goes right there. The next one is 3, 2. So we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, and up 1, 2. Now we're going to go over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, take your ruler or straight edge. A bookmark will work. Anything that was a straight edge. Hold it down with your non-dominant hand and swipe once across the entire graph. Now we're going to do number 4. On number 4, it says y equals -3. There's no chance for x here. And it doesn't matter what x is. Y is going to be a -3. It's kind of contrary that way, okay? So our point is -2, -3. Y can't be anything but -3. So we have -2, -3, -1, -3, 0, -3, 1, -3, 2, -3. Now, you probably need to keep this because in your notes because we're going to have this again show up on an assignment. When you have y equals -3, at -2, we're going to go down to -3. At -1, we go down to -3. At 0, we go down to -3. At 1, we go down to -3. At 2, we go down to -3. What do we have? We have a straight line that is at the point where y equals 3. Now notice it's not going up and down like the y-axis is. It's going where the y line is 3. This is where y is a -1, -2, -3, and it goes across this way. And that's how you graph y equals a -3. And it is linear because it is a straight line. Okay, that is all for today. You're going to have about 6 problems to work like this. If you have any questions, please contact us. Thank you.